rice doesn't know the borders or the legal limits or jurisdiction. That crop is growing across 3 countries. Whose property is it? Who does it belong to? So in international law, under the Convention on Biological Diversity in 1993, the notion was put across internationally that all biological resources that fall within the jurisdiction of a country, you will have sovereign rights over it. Now, what does sovereign rights mean? It means that you as a nation, as a collective, under one constitution and within a framework of a state, you have the freedom, have the sovereign right, means have the freedom to decide how your resources are going to be used. Now, does that convert all the biological resources into property of that country? That's another legal question. Because governments have corrupted and co-opted the concept of sovereign rights over biological resources to mean that now as a government I have the right to sell and buy or negotiate. I have the right to sell in the global market my crops, my traditional knowledge, my seeds. That's one level of discussion at the intergovernmental level. Because there were companies like from the US or from the developed, which are considered developed countries, economic powerhouses, which are strong on technology but do not have the biological resources like countries in the South have. And they said, okay, they would come bioprospecting to us and say, even without any permission, take a sample, take it back into their laboratories, tweak it a little bit with their scientific technical knowledge, genetically modify it, and then package it as a product and sell it back to you. So it's your knowledge, your seeds, crops that were grown by your farmers, the physical material, the sample as small as a gene, is taken for whatever of its characteristics, inserted in another country, in another private lab, inserted and shipped back to you as a product. So the idea of intellectual property rights in all the countries in the South which were being bioprospected said, hey, wait a minute. When the US Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO, allowed a United States multinational corporation, Tech, which is registered in Texas, to file a patent application before the US Patent and Trademark Office